This podcast is brought to you by Gamefly.com.
Let me tell you something. I don't like watching the fucking news. But if you watch 60 Minutes and Real Sports, you're pretty much caught up for the fucking month. If I watch Real Sports, I throw a couple Bill Maher's episodes in there. That's all the news you want. You don't need to. You really do. Fucking, I watch Bill Maher. I learn shit. I learn that we're at war, how much we spend. Then I go out and talk shit to people. It's not because I read it, because I'm
repeating what you hear.
Yeah, I love Bill Maher. If you watch Bill Maher, Real Sports, let me tell you something. When was the last time you watched an expose on any sport that was bad on Real Sports? Whether it's the fucking kids in India that they starved, the horse races, that episode.
What?
Remember when they showed the episode of the fucking kids, the jockeys in India?
They starved them to make them lighter?
To make them lighter. Just shit that you've never even thought of. Like, you're like, fuck, I would have starved my kid, man, I'm a jockey. If he could fucking win a horse race. Just everything they talk about. Tennis. They make tennis, golf. Anything they talk about on Real Sports, you're like, wow, I really need to know that about that particular sport or that particular person. When you watch 60 Minutes, it cuts everything short also. It just gets to the point for 20 minutes. This guy's got 20 minutes to talk about whatever the fuck he wants to talk about. They did an expose on some guy who left Goldman Sachs, a VP. And he just said, fuck.
Oh, I saw about that.
Did you see that?
I didn't see
it
it
on
60 Minutes, but I saw it online.
Very interesting.
Show. Yeah.
And then they had something else about Obama. It's getting close to the thing. I didn't watch that shit. But the first thing up front was about the medical marijuana in Colorado.
Oh, what are they saying?
And their stance on it.
Yeah.
Like they went to Boulder, they went to Denver. Denver's got
did?
280 something stores. And my numbers may be wrong.
Wow,
I don't want to
lot.
get 20 fucking Gmails. Joey, it was 266. you know how these motherfuckers are. My point being, it's 4-1 against Starbucks. 4-1 against Starbucks in that city. There's a medical marijuana destination every 8 doors. There's, again, 8, 6, 5. Does it fucking matter? And they went to this one company who's the mafia.
Yeah.
They're pretty much the mafia. Now, the guy wrote the law. He had been studying it for the last whatever. Mm-hmm. And he wrote it to a science. And then his partner opened up. Bro, they got everything. And they have everything to milligrams. Like how much their edibles are fucking amazing. But how they have it. Colorado can't buy weed from other people. Like here, like before I went to the store, and I got a phone call, and I was watching the weed store, and I was watching the guy getting out of his car, the trunk. I'm like sitting there going, 10 years ago, I would have been hitting this guy in the head right now.
Right.
I watched the whole thing go down.
Yeah, they're right. They just do it casually, right?
They just do it casually. In Colorado, you have to grow your own weed on the premises or have like a warehouse. Adds a different patois to it. Adds a lot more money, A to Z, the profit, and just that they want to know where the weed came from. People have to come in on a weekly basis and test your marijuana.
Yeah, they say you can't grow it and have it in the same spot.
Yeah, very interesting.
Oh, really?
Felicia,
You don't have to grow it and sell it. Yeah, you can't
Colorado's
grow it
20 years ahead. Like, they said no. And then they asked the dude, like, so what do you think? You're not working with a federal law. You're working against the law. And he's like, listen, we know where every seed is. In Colorado, they have to account for the weed from the seed to the motherfucking bud.
Oh, wow.
Real interesting. This is like geniuses said, fuck it. This is how we're going to do it.
Because if you buy it from growers, then you have no idea what's in it, really.
No idea what you're getting.
You don't know what kind of pesticides they used.
Wow, when I lived in Colorado when I was a teenager, one of my best friends' mom in the little town that we lived owned the local head shed. In fact, it was called the Head Shed. And we used to play in there all the time. And it was really loose on that kind of stuff, like way back then. Yeah.
How'd you live in Colorado? How old were you?
I was from like the age of like 12 to 18, 19.
What were you doing there? Your family?
Yeah, I moved there with my family, yeah.
You lose your virginity in Colorado?
I lost my virginity in Colorado.
Wow.
Nice.
That's right, at the foot of Pikes Peak.
How old were you? 16 and a half?
I was 17 and a half.
Nice.
Yeah.
At the where?
In the woods by Pikes Peak.
What?
Yeah, at a party. Kegger.
In the woods? Like with your like with your ass on a stick?
There was a stick in my ass, yes, when it happened.
These Colorado girls are tough. They're not fuck outside,
we
dog.
don't fuck around. Well, we
they
do.
fuck outside in the snow.
Fuck
They don't give a
outside.
fuck, dog. This is all new. You got to take them to a hotel and all these shit. These guys are soft. When I was a kid, you could fuck them outside by a tree, under a fucking car. When you know, like all this shit now, you look at a car today and they're all economical. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody buys an economical car.
Yeah.
In the 80s, people bought a car and they'd get a piece of pussy back then. Car. You looked at that back seat.
The gigantic back seat.
Gigantic back seat. Then they had the 80-40. Where the seat goes down, and you could stick their head in there and bang them fucking all like, you know what I'm saying, like a slinger. You gonna let your tongue out? You do the whole fucking
so
thing.
uncomfortable how you gave me complete eye contact as you said that.
You like that, huh?
What seat goes down? You put their head in where?
In the fucking trunk like a savage.
Oh, all the way down like that.
And you put the fucking leg up and you just banging them away. You got
So one of the seats goes down and you can go to the trunk and they stick
one
their
of
head in the
those.
trunk.
Jesus.
a soldier. They don't see nothing. They just see a fucking spare tire the whole
Oh my
time.
God, at that point I'd rather get fucked outside.
That's called a Jodie Foster. You know what I'm saying? When you get fucked and you see a spare tire in the trunk the whole fucking time.
I fucked in my trunk once at the Third Street Promenade.
Told you, this is a filthy
You
animal.
fucked in your trunk?
My ex, yeah. I was like, oh, I got turned on. She was like, let's go in the trunk right now. I was like, seriously? She had one of those latches. It was like a Jetta or something. The glow-in-the-dark latch from the inside. So you just go in like the cuddle position and just pop it a bunch of
You guys
times.
are a bunch of trunk fuckers.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. You gotta go somewhere private.
Sometimes you gotta shoot a fucking... Sometimes you gotta shoot a bird off the roof. You gotta sling that fucking helmet sometimes.
Wow.
When I was in high school, I used to eat pussy in cars and shit like that.
Really?
Yeah, because, I had nowhere to
I don't think I've
take
ever
a
eaten that. What?
I ate a pussy. I ate some girl's fucking monkey in a car once when I was 18. I wanted to eat this girl for like 4 years.
Really?
Like I wanted to be the first guy to eat it. Like I had it in my mind. I was fucking focused. I used to talk to this girl on the phone for years. And I was secretly in love with her. One night she agreed. I just asked her, I said, when are we going to do this? Do what? And we went to eat. We started talking. And she let me eat her monkey. Felicia, was tremendous. Right behind a movie theater.
Stop looking
car.
me in the eye.
I talk while I'm looking in the eye. I don't look around like fucking...
Where's your angle on that thing?
What angle?
And for you to crane your neck over to be able to get in there.
That's when I used to fit in the back of a car, These days, I'm not going no back of no fucking cars. Those days are over with. They're fucking over with. We're back, bitches. Felicia Michaels,
Joey Diaz.
Being the Beast podcast. What's going on, you sexy, sexy savage with your new fucking glasses? Look at you.
Oh, Joey. So, as I told you earlier.
We don't need to say thank you no more.
Yeah,
You're all cocky
thank
now.
You. I'm not. You're very sweet to
You're
say
hanging out in
that.
Hollywood.
But I know it's bullshit when you say it, but you're very
No,
sweet
you
to
look
say
very
it.
beautiful
Yeah.
tonight. You're glad your titties are banging.
Okay. Take a step back, Diaz. But
What she say when she step back? I didn't say nothing. I got witnesses. What do you think you're dealing with here?
He's into the blue.
That's right.
So, are you guys sick of traveling? I know we talked about it earlier, but I am so nervous about flying tomorrow, Joey. I'm very nervous. Do you ever get nervous about flying, Ari?
I'm done with the TSA.
Yeah.
I've stopped complying. For the first time I saw them for what they are. They're just a bunch of idiots. They shouldn't have control over me. I get real pissy now.
Really?
Yeah. They were like, it was from Indianapolis. They're like, sir, take your shoes off. And I was like, why? They're like, because you have to. I'm like, that's not why. He's like, because it's been that way since 2003. And I was like, that's still not a reason. Tell me why. And some old lady was behind me. She was like, just go. And I was like, no, lady. None of us wanted this. None of us wanted this. We didn't agree to this stuff. Raise your hands up. Yeah, I'm done with them recently. I get so sick of them now.
Do they get pissy to you back, though?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
When they're like, sir, okay, we have to pat you down if you do this. I'm like, just do whatever the fuck you want to do. They're like, well, I have to ask these questions. I'm like, well, I'm not listening. I'm actively not listening to you. So say whatever the fuck you want, and then let me get the fuck away from you.
Wow.
I'm done with them. They say raise your hands. I say I can't. What do you want me to do now? You can't raise your arms? That's right. I can't raise my arms.
Oh my God.
Now what?
Wow.
Who are those people? They're fucking Walmart employees.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
I even asked him, I was like, what would happen if I just walked past you? If I don't even try to bump you, but I just walk past you. He's like, sir, you won't be allowed to do that. Like, what would happen if I tried? And he called his advisor over, his supervisor.
Wow.
I am the most uptight person in North America.
You tried it with that line.
But I do it intelligently.
Yeah. What
I
do you
don't
do?
fuck with those people, Ari Shaffir.
So
Don't
mad
fuck
at
with
them.
those people because I'll tell you why you don't fuck with those people. A, they won't let you fly no more. If they take your flying privileges, you might as well.
So we live in a police state that you can't even make fun of them. Otherwise, they're gonna fuck you over.
You cannot fuck with TSA. We have a friend that is not allowed to fly in United ever again for the rest of his
Why?
fucking life because he kicked the counter. Okay? They're not fucking around no more at airports, guys. At all. Zero fucking tolerance. Zero. The TSA, you fuck with the TSA, you lose your flying privileges. You say something to a TSA guy, it's not even worth the aggravation.
They just steal stuff out of your purse.
It's a part
That's
of
all they
doing
do.
business. Well, then don't travel with your with 150,000.
You don't even get arrested when it happens.
They were stealing fucking iPads.
Yeah.
They were stealing iPads.
Oh, why? Did you get something stolen?
No, but they're just stealing stuff left and right. And every time somebody gets caught by ABC News, when they put like a tracker on an iPad, they show a guy picking it up, and they went to his house. There was that one video where they went to his house, like, "Sir, hi, we're from ABC News." It's like, "Oh, hi." He goes, "Do you know what happened to this iPad? We left it in. You were the last one seen with it." They show him like picking it up, looking at it, and he goes, "No, I don't have it." They go, "Okay, well, we're gonna set off this beeper now to see if it is." And it's like it shows it's coming from your house, and he was like, "No," and then they was like, "Can you hear that beeping? That's my iPad."
Yeah,
He took.
wow.
So he went back there and he goes, "Oh, I realized, yeah, I did have it." And they fired him, but they never arrested him. They just said they're let go.
How does he steal the iPad? Don't you have your eye on the iPad?
No, because when it goes through the scanning device, they just take it right out of there. Or when you're putting your shoes on, when you're waiting in line to go through the metal detector, they'll just take it,
Let me tell you what the deal is.
and they don't get in trouble. So how are you supposed to trust them?
When you're in a rush, okay, every fucking day.
Yeah, you just pick it up
When
and
you're
go.
at the airport, you hear, "Felicia Michaels, please come back to the TSA." That means you left something. What these motherfuckers do is they don't say nothing. They put it in the box.
They wait
till the
20
end of the
minutes.
shift, then they fucking clip it.
Yeah.
So they set this on. First of all, the guy was Spanish, Mexican, Puerto Rican, Cuban. He ain't copping to nothing.
Yeah.
I applaud the guy. He didn't know nothing. He just didn't know that there was an alarm on the
He
fucking
was
thing.
Spanish. You're right.
The alarm was going wham, wham, wham once he fucking took the thing. You know, I know they're going through people's luggage. These guys are probably getting $8 a fucking hour to boot. They probably got a shitty fucking union. Who knows what the fuck they're doing? I'm not sticking up for nobody here. I'm just saying when I fly, I'm always in a fucking bad mood.
Yeah.
When I go through TSA, dog, it's just a part of doing business that I strive to go through as fast as possible. I take my belt off. I take the sleeping machine. I don't even want them saying anything to me.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to go so I can go eat or do whatever the fuck it is I do. I hate that whole line shit.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
it's like they're hurting us. It's like they're hurting us. They're giving us,
my God. It's a fucking... There was... Where did I
go
fly
left,
out of?
go right. Why? Why is that guy going left and I'm going right? Why? Just do it.
You know, and thank God we're not flying the way we used to. See, 10 years ago, again, Felicia, if my flight was at 2, I get there 20 to 2 and thought
Yeah.
I was cute.
Oh, yeah.
I thought I was cute.
Yeah, it was
at 20 to
great.
2. You're not doing that no more.
45 minutes.
you
No,
what?
change to an hour.
Now you gotta do 2 hours. And you sit for fucking 20 minutes. If you go through, you go through. I told you motherfuckers, if you fly through Southwest, no matter what airline you fly through, you go on their webpage and they offer some type of bonus thing.
Oh, yeah.
$69, $39.
Southwest $10 thing.
Pay it. Because in your mind, in your fucking stupid mind, you thought it meant to go through all the security lines. So instead of waiting with the other schmucks, you go through the first class line.
Yeah.
They're not going to turn your back. So you get your ticket. If they do, I paid for it online. It said priority seat.
No, you do get to go in the first class line. First class and priority.
If you get then you're not supposed to. If you go to Delta, you get
American
the
lets you.
fucking $69.95 extra seating.
Yeah.
That don't mean you get to go
Oh,
to a quick line.
extra seating.
You're not supposed to.
Yeah.
But in your mind, because you're Jewish,
And
you're
they
a
let
bad
you go.
motherfucker,
Once you're there
You're
already.
there. They're not going to
Oh,
throw you the
yeah.
fuck out. How many times did we see Joe in first class take all 3 of us fucking through?
Yeah.
Like we're the Beatles.
And we didn't even
They
say
don't
anything to them a
say
lot of
nothing.
times.
So the dumber you play, the better the fuck it is at those airports.
Yeah.
The dumber you play at those airports. But when we and Ari flew from fucking New York, I showed them all I showed both you guys. They had us at Kennedy Airport on one of those lines.
Done
where
waiting. I'm done waiting. That's what he was doing. He was just like, I don't want to wait anymore.
Where they would,
Oh, he
guys,
can't wait for stuff.
there's always an angle.
And nobody
with
was
it.
there. When when you're like, I have to leave in 5 minutes, so they should
Yeah.
take you out of line. They didn't have anybody doing that.
They had the other thing. Who's on the 8:30 flight?
Oh, yeah.
So we're on a 9 o'clock flight, and they're not getting to us. So people going through us. This went on for a half hour.
Diaz didn't want to stand up.
And finally I go, Ari, what's this? And I went home my sleep apnea machine. I told Layla, here's the deal. I'm going to pass out. I got to eat something. I got my sleep apnea machine. I'll fucking sue Delta, whatever.
Yeah, because I'm going to sue everybody if it happens. So you make your decision.
2 minutes. There's a way to do it.
Did you see him do that?
Yeah, I was with him. I went with him.
Yeah.
He was with me.
I took the benefit
the
of
dumber
it.
you are, the fucking better.
I'm going to pass. If I pass out, I'm suing everybody. So what do you want to do?
I don't know nothing.
And then they let us go.
I don't know nothing. I didn't know. And you sell that. That's your acting class. You pay $200 a fucking month for it. There it is. There it is. I don't know. No. I didn't really know you're an officer. Okay, I won't do it again. Bang. And all of a sudden, all right, just cut right through.
Yeah.
And there you are in first class. What? Stop it. Because they'll cut your fucking privileges now, dog. This ain't what it used to be.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't gotten in some big trouble over that.
Over what? They're not supposed to do anything to me. Over what? I don't understand any of the rules. They just implement stuff for no reason.
They want you to take off your shoes because they're implementing security.
Because the guy, they heard the guy had to try to have a shoe bomb. But here, let me tell you this. This isn't like weird stuff. When you take off your shoes and put them on the tray, and that doesn't test for the shoe bomb stuff. That won't go off in those. So it doesn't, there's no reason.
Will the x-ray see if there's something in there?
No.
It doesn't?
sure?
No, it doesn't look for that.
Sure? Really?
Yeah, all it does is if it's in your shoe, like out, they'll take a look at it. It doesn't
If you
do
put
anything.
a pen in your shoe.
If you put a pen, it'll get the metal in the pen.
Yeah.
But if there's
But
not metal in that
what
stuff.
I usually do, because I watched on 2020, not 60 Minutes. 2020 is for fucking mooks. It's on at 10 o'clock during the week. But sometimes you watch it because they had a thing about airport theft.
Yeah.
The biggest airport theft is when you put your shit in the bin and go through security and walk around like life is beautiful, like a fucking Momo, and you're looking around. Guys like me, with my mentality 20 years ago, would fly, and every time I'd fly, I'd clip something.
Oh, yeah.
I see it all the time.
It seems like that
I
sometimes.
see wallets right in front. Are you
You
a
can just
fucking
grab it and
retard?
go if you wanted to.
Are you a fucking retard? Are you a fucking retard? You get your wallet, you put it in your fucking shoe, and you take your cell phone, you put it in the other fucking shoe. So nobody has a chance at clipping it. Why give them the opportunity?
Right.
Why give somebody the opportunity? They're not watching.
Okay,
These
but-
fucking people that work there are not watching. They get $8 a fucking hour.
So why do we have to let them do what? Why do they have those $8 an hour employees? Why are they in charge of us? They have no training for it.
Because it's
Why do they get to be
the
the ones?
doing fucking business.
Why is your stuff safer at a fucking Indian casino in SoCal than it is with the Transportation Security Administration?
Because they blew up 2 fucking planes already.
And so then they get to steal our shit and touch us, and we can't kiss our girlfriends goodbye.
Can you imagine that? How about that? People can't greet you at the fucking airport.
How about just lock the door? Lock the door and tell them not to open it. That was the only problem.
You got to listen, man. After 9/11, shit happened, and that became a cost of doing business. What did
There's
Alex
another way to
Jones-
do it.
What did Alex Jones, the fucking lunatic, tell us in Houston, Texas?
What?
He told me and you outside. We were sitting there. Were you in Texas with us?
Not this last time.
Not this last time. He was talking outside. I gave him a pot cookie. He didn't want to go into the center. And he looked at me and he goes, "The crate. There's TSA was there."
Yeah.
And he looked at me and he goes, "The funny thing is, in 2 years, there's gonna be TSA at the movie theaters and at parks." And a year later, the Colorado shooting. So
I think that'll set it up.
this is all in 2-3 years. There's gonna be TSA at everywhere, at malls, at supermarkets.
You know how many employees the
Do you
TSA has?
understand me?
Wow.
This is gonna become a cost of doing business.
Right.
You
It's
know,
like brown shirts. The
It's-
brown shirts.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
No,
in
they're
other
just,
words,
and so now they're hurting us into places.
in other words,
Now
ladies
they're
and gentlemen,
fucking controlling
and
us.
Felicia know what I'm talking about.
What?
Becomes Cuba.
Right.
Yeah.
Becomes
Yeah.
Cuba, but not really.
Yeah.
What's Cuba about? Somebody on every corner.
Security
When you talk to
checkpoints.
somebody from Cuba, they say to you, "Dog, there's somebody on every corner." And these motherfuckers look straight ahead, and they listen to everything. They got them in bars. They got them in fucking. So it just becomes communist Cuba without you fucking knowing it.
That's a
TSA is
problem.
gonna be everywhere. And what are you gonna do? You're gonna argue with these motherfuckers?
They're going to be everywhere.
Ari, so you
It's too
argue-
late. Why
you
are they
ar-
doing this to
you-
us?
You argue with a guy at a fucking airport, and you'll never fly again. And at the end of the day, it's 20 fucking minutes to 30 on the line.
Do you know how
Unless
many
you
people
sneak
work for the
through priority
TSA?
like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm curious how many people work for the TSA.
65,000.
1,000. Oh,
Really?
please.
65,000 employees, and it's
Fuck
growing.
yeah. And they're growing like a motherfucker.
We're paying 65,000 people hourly wages every day.
Wow.
How much money does that cost? We can just make the whole fucking plane bulletproof. What the fuck? They're just hiring an army. A bunch of low-class people that don't really have any training and don't get in trouble if they fuck up.
So does the government
just lose
pay
their
them,
easy
or
job.
do they get paid from the revenue from the airport? Is that a government?
Government
The
pays them. Yeah.
pays them?
So now that's where our tax money goes, just to pay these people that don't know what they're doing. And in New York, you got to say your name. You got to give them your ticket and say your name. Why? Why in New York do you have to do it, not anywhere else? Nothing's the same anywhere. They all just make up their own shit. Why are they in charge of us?
It's like Danny Murray at the fucking Improv.
Yeah.
You can't drink on stage.
Yeah.
You can't bring.
You got to be there 12 minutes early, not
I go
10.
to 20 fucking improvs. You can drink on stage.
Yeah.
Oh no, here you
State
can't
law.
drink on stage.
Well, I played across the state.
Get
and
the
it's not...
fuck out of here. What was the difference? That's the way the fucking situation is. But you guys don't remember. This is what I understand about the TSA. All right. 30 years ago in this country, there was a hiring freeze, and the cops didn't hire for a long time. And then when they went back to start hiring, and this happened a lot, you can look it up. What happened was they had to hire people like Miami in the 80s when the Cubans came to Miami. The police department was so flooded, they got forced to hire minority police officers without checking into their fucking background.
Because they were behind. They
They
needed
were
them.
checking. They weren't doing juvie records.
So they got a bunch of straight criminals working.
So this happened in Miami. New York, it happened. Me growing up, I grew up with a bunch of guys that were hard-nosed guys, and all of a sudden they all became cops. And I was like, how the fuck did you become a cop? Undercovers and shit. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
What happened was, in the 80s, they did this thing of hiring. They got into a bind, and they hired them. And in Miami, the biggest thing that happened was these cops called the River Cops. They were killing other cops and drug dealers. They each did like 20 years. They got thrown. They even did a movie about them and a movie of the week. And a buddy of mine played one of the fucking cops. And it was really interesting. But this is what's going on with the TSA now. After 9/11, we got a gun put to our heads.
Yeah, we
so
did.
they had to do a hiring thing. And you know what? We need fucking jobs. These guys need fucking jobs. What do we know if they're trained? They're trained to look at a fucking screen. They don't even know if they're looking at. Maybe they don't even, we don't fucking need them. Maybe we don't need them.
We don't. Get a metal detector.
That's the way it is. That's just the way it is.
What was it before? How did you go through security before 9/11?
Like a doctor.
No, but what did you do? Was there a metal detector you had to walk
There
through?
was a metal detector that one guy looked at.
And you could keep your backpack on?
You had to take your backpack on. You keep your sneakers on. You keep your belt on. You
Canada,
had to take your jacket off and
Canada
empty
still
the
keep your
pockets of the
sneakers on.
jacket. I remember as back as 87, you had to take your jacket off and empty the pockets because one time I left weed in the pocket and it went right through security. And I was like, woo, I'll never forgot that. Now you have to stop, take your belt off, your fucking shoes, put them on the thing. You got to make sure the guy in front of you. 3 weeks ago, I was leaving Arizona at 8 in the morning and I went through security and some guy was on the fucking phone, talking, just talking.
Yeah.
Took his belt off. He was moving at the speed of a fucking fart.
Yeah.
And the girl in front of me is like, excuse me, can I go around? And he said something rude. Then her boyfriend said something, and he said something back to him. And then the cop came over and asked what happened. And next thing you know, the guy's like, do you have something to say? I go, I didn't say fucking nothing. But you should fucking move. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? You're special. You're going to be on the fucking phone there? Put the fucking phone
Everyone's
away.
in a
Let's
rush
go,
right now. Let's
motherfucker.
go.
We're all in a fucking rush. What the fuck?
Because they
Get
give you
off the
that
fucking phone.
short little tray.
Yeah,
so you have like
I'm
10
special.
seconds to
We
take
talk on
everything
the
off.
phone to some girl that don't fucking exist or something like that. So, you know, 3 of us are fucking arguing, right? And the security guy, dog, they walked this motherfucker out, guys.
Oh, really?
They put him aside. They got on the radio. Within 10 minutes, within 10 seconds, there were 6 cops running there and 2 fucking guys. They seen everything go down on camera. Another dude, Uncle Joey, I was number 3 on the line. He asked me if I had a problem, and I finally said, put the fucking phone down.
Yeah.
Enough. You're still on the phone trying to be cute. What are you trying to do? So they took him out. They took him somewhere. Me and the other people walked straight to our terminals. They took this motherfucker into a room. Now, let's pretend you're traveling. You got a grinder in your pocket that's got no weed in it. Let's pretend you have a rolling paper that they see in your wallet. Now it makes them go through your luggage. You just take your fucking belt off. You take your shoes off. And you go through security and you shut your fucking mouth. And that's it.
We got to stop them now before they get too much.
You can't, there's nothing to stop. They're on a government contract.
Yeah, how are we going to stop them? There's no way. You're right.
Listen, man, when the Mayans said that life was going to change or the world was going to end.
Yeah.
They're not going to end. It's just the way we are used to living is going to change. Within the next 3 or 4 years, the way we're used to living has to change.
Yeah.
And the more you look at it, everything's turning into, let's pretend they do put TSA at parks and movie theaters. In a way, it's communist Cuba without being Cuba, without being mentioned.
That is what it'll be.
Nobody's going to see it. Nobody's going to see the hand coming.
No, and then suddenly it'll just be this. It's not like they're going to say, okay, now line up and we're going to take you somewhere. It's just going to be checkpoints everywhere. Like, just less free.
We're going to have another fucking terrorist threat. We're going to have another terrorist situation.
I feel like they almost invent these terrorist threats to say, okay, now we're doing something else to you. Like, they never quite... 9/11 happened, but like the other stuff never happened. It just almost happened. And they averted it, so now we have to test your water because they caught somebody with acid. And luckily he didn't get it done. They always fuck up. These great terrorists get all the way through and then fuck up somehow.
Now, this conversation we're having, just a conversation.
Can't light up a shoe bomb, but he got it on. Come on.
We're going to start getting watched and our phones are going to get tapped.
I'm sure.
It makes me not believe
Since
it.
we're walking on ice, we might as well dance. What a lot of people in America don't know, last week, the Treasury almost got bombed in New York City. I know you read
Almost
that.
again.
And I know you read that. Did you
Yeah.
read the whole thing?
No.
Okay.
Wasn't he kind of baited into doing it?
You're right. Now, so what you basically have is they got a guy that looks like Ari.
Yeah.
Ari gets busted for reefer. They go, come on down. We're going to give you 10 fucking years. Oh, your father's from Israel. We're going to deport him. Your sister with the kids. Your mother. But, you know how to speak Arabic? I can fucking try. All right, we're going to put you in a sheet. We're going to get you a suntan. We're going to take those fucking glasses off. And you're going to go out and cause problems. What's cause problems? You're going to go to mosque, kneel down, and ask people, fuck America. Fuck America. And eventually somebody's going to go, yes, fuck America back. What do we do? Because he's got a cousin who was Al-Qaeda. The same way you have a cousin growing up that's in a gang and your kids hear about him and they're interested.
And so then they just come that
You
way.
understand me? And now
Yeah.
one thing leads to another. I want to blow up America. It's like me coming to you and
So
saying,
they
let's
know-
kill Paulie
so then
Shaw. You're
plan it
weak-minded.
together.
I'm weak-minded. But the guy's really a federal agent.
But then if someone's, you can't talk somebody
They sold
into
the guy bombs.
bombing, you know?
Right,
what I
but
mean?
then
You
they
can't-
sold him
Can
bombs.
you?
Yeah.
They sold him bombs. He
Yeah.
bought bombs from them, and,
Yeah.
and they put phony
Yeah, I bet
bombs
you
in.
could.
So I'm very
He
interested.
bought bombs.
He
you know?
bought bombs. So what I'm very interested in
He's
is,
in.
what's that word? What's that word? I'm
Yeah, but
looking
so they
for?
knew it the whole time.
Baiting?
So there was
Baiting?
never really...
Baiting.
There's another word for baiting.
Oh,
Enticing.
Oh, entrapment.
Entrapment.
Yeah.
So I think in a way it's entrapment, but they're stopping it at the fucking core, guys.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, they always get lucky. They fucked up somehow. It's like, what do you mean? It's always lucky it doesn't happen? So you're saying the current stuff doesn't work, so we need more stuff, and thank God nothing happened again.
First off,
it just makes me
you have to assume.
trust them.
You have to assume.
The same guys that steal
you have
everything.
to assume, as of 9/11, you had to assume that there was keywords in your conversation on the phone that clicked things off.
Yeah.
In the old days, it was bomb, 8-ball. There were
Yeah.
certain words that clicked the computer off somewhere that made them start listening. After 9/11, you have to assume they're listening to everything. Every time. You
Yeah.
have to assume. When you go to Vegas and you're jerking off in the shower, they got you on tape. Sorry to be looking in your eye. Because I know you wash your pussy and you like you scrub that little fucking monster till it's
Get in there.
bubbles and the whole thing.
Oh,
You
wow, I
polish
tell
that
you.
asshole. You
Yes,
get the toothbrush
yes,
out.
yes.
So you have to assume when you're in Vegas and you eat a fat stripper's asshole,
Yeah.
they got you on tape.
Right.
When you're walking down the hallway and you grab your boyfriend's cock, they got you on fucking tape.
Everything's
You
on
know?
tape now, for
Well,
sure. Yeah.
What was the guest we had that talked about New York? And he said that in New York, if you have a blue shirt on 18th
cop?
Street,
The Hispanic?
somebody talked about if you have a shirt on 18th Street,
Yeah.
and they're looking for somebody in Manhattan, they'll find you if you had a blue shirt on. They'll get you to the exact fucking street within fucking 6
Is
minutes.
that Nick Betancourt?
Somebody was
Someone
telling
like
us
that,
was
yeah.
here
Like some of that crime
that's
stuff.
that's after what happened in New York. New Yorkers don't even mind.
Oh yeah, they said they were
New Yorkers don't mind.
they were baiting. That's what they said. New Yorkers they were baiting. The New York cops are baiting Muslims,
Yeah.
trying to get them so that they could then follow them.
Guys, but after what happened in New York City, we were out here. You were out here. Number two, I hate to say this, and Felicia knows. Felicia lived in New York for 10 years.
Yeah.
I grew up there. When I seen those towers go down, in my stomach, I felt raped.
Yeah, we all
I can't
did.
imagine the people that were walking around. I can't imagine. I heard people that were coming over the bridge, and when you came over into Hoboken on the ferry, they would spray you down with these chemicals. And they said the looks on people's faces were like, you got fucking raped. So I know if you live there right now, yeah, it's an invasion of my privacy. But they got a fucking camera on everybody's ass on the streets.
Yeah.
I don't know into those old apartments if they got cameras. That's something completely different. I don't want to get into that. I know they got the wires tapped to a degree. Cell phones, you're done. What do you think? The cell phone was invented because they wanted to invent it? The cell phone was invented again, like the computer. You keep tabs on everybody. The easiest way to tap somebody now is on a fucking cell phone. You switch that motherfucker to one range or one, again. I'm not no technological guy. But I watched Mission Impossible for 8 years. I know how these motherfuckers crack a lot. You know what I'm saying? All right. So, you have to assume every word you say on the cell phone is under surveillance.
Yeah.
There's a certain time limit on it. Maybe you have 10 seconds to talk or something. But everything is under a watchful eye. These podcasts, we have a great time. We talk about eating ass and pussy. But I guarantee the first mention of us talking about getting together and playing bongos at, whatever, we go to fucking jail. Somebody's got to be listening. This is freedom of speech to the fucking max what we're doing right here. We're putting it out ourselves. This is heavy duty. So you got to understand the times, Ari. Don't get upset about this. Dog, and I'm worse than you
I
are.
can get upset.
Listen
So do you really think if someone put like the word bomb in their email, that email would get flagged eventually?
Probably they start looking at your other stuff, see if there's anything else worth looking
Really?
for.
You think so? Yeah.
Anything like that, you got to assume. You have to.
Well, they have the
fucking
power
assume.
to do that.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't they?
I'm no
I'd want to
lawyer.
just be sure.
I don't work for CNN, and I'm not going to tell you the Kennedy Act of '84. If you gave me a week and you made me look it up, I would call an attorney and see exactly what the statutes were and
Yeah,
all
but then
that
every
shit.
open mic comic would be flagged.
Yeah. I mean,
True that.
Yeah, that's all they talk about is how bombing went last night.
but it has to. You have to eventually know that everything you do. Pretty soon they're trying to narrow us down even more to the eyeball. Eventually it's going to be beyond the fingerprint. It's going to be the fucking eyeball where, click Ari Shaffir, click Joey Diaz, and when you fly, you're not even going to need ID anymore. Get pulled over by the cops. You just look into a fucking thing.
Right.
And that's 20 years from now. That's what your children are going to
I sort of mind that less. I mind that less, just keeping tabs on me, but it's like, if I didn't do anything, what are you searching for? Yeah, in your own place, you're supposed to be able to do whatever you want.
We live in very interesting times, my friends. This is not the 80s and the 70s no more.
Remember when we got those scanners? The full body scanners?
Oh, yeah.
They just switched it to a new one.
Yeah.
They didn't tell anybody, but they switched
That
it.
freaks me out. The scanner freaks me out because it just is like, and here comes radiation.
Yeah, radiation. So this,
Because we fly all the time.
I talked to one of the
can't
guys.
be good.
They don't use that one anymore.
Why? Because it's bad?
Yeah, because they eventually admitted nobody wants to get radiation. And those guys said, like, yeah, I won't stand next to it when it's going off all day. There's radiation all day long. I'm not going to stand next to it. It's like, yeah, why are they trying to convince us? And then here's what I heard. And I read this, like, a couple different sources. The guy who owns the scanner company, not just, like, works for it or used to be an advisor, he owns the company that does the scanners. There was no reason that we had to do the scanners. I just switched for no reason. That guy who owns the scanner company was the head of the TSA. He was just some dude who's like, hey, let me sell you my shit for no reason. We'll just make a bunch of cash that way.
Yeah.
That's straight what it was. Like, he should say, like, yeah, if we need scanners, we can make sure not to use mine, but we should get scanners. So obviously we can't use my scanners because that would look so bad. He just straight did it. We don't even need it. He just upped it, said, let everybody get radiation. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, it's tested. We tested it. The same guy's telling us all that.
Yeah.
They're just corrupt. We don't need them. They're just a fucking mafia.
It's a different type of mafia. I was talking to
They work
somebody
with
somewhere.
with the okay of the cops.
30 years ago, what do you think that the economy has been bad? People think like the economy is really fucking bad. Look at the economy in the 70s.
Yeah.
Look at the fucking old videos of New York in the 70s. And look
Really?
what the streets look like. There was garbage everywhere. There was garbage strikes. And what saved New York and a lot of these fucking cities was that a lot of people were laid off. But if I came to you, Ari, and I said to you, hey, man, you know that back room you got? Yeah. From 5 to 7, you like sports, don't you? Yeah. How about we put a phone back there? You take bets from 5 to fucking 7 every night. I'll pay you $2,000 a week. You could do that and get away with it. Nobody would even know you were doing it. Your wife wouldn't even fucking know if you didn't want to.
Right.
You would get away with that. I know people who did that for 15 fucking years and lived okay, part-time. They were firemen. The other part-time, they just sat back there with a phone from 5 to 8. You know, when I was a fucking kid, if you needed money, you bought 100 Quaaludes for $200 and you sold them for $4. And it was simple. It's not like you had a sign on that said Quaalude salesman. Hey, Ari, you're going to go down to the bar anyway, right? You're going to go to the store, right? Friday and Saturday? Yeah. You're going to sell 50 a night at $4. You're going to make $200 in 2 nights. What happened to the Quaalude? The Quaalude wasn't made by some guy in a basement. It was made by a pharmaceutical corporation called Lilly Rora.
What?
That's who made the Quaalude.
Really?
It was called something else, but it was really methaqualone or something like that. But it was really a pharmaceutical drug.
What was the name of it? Lily?
Lily. There was Lily. In the 70s, if you looked at a Valium always had a V in the middle. All of a sudden, they just changed one fucking day into a flat pill. So what really happened was this. They eliminated the street value. They eliminated the whole pill market of that certain type of pill. And what did they do? Now they gave it to doctors to put it out there. That's a corporation now that gives it to a doctor. So now instead of getting that shit on the street, they said, fuck all that. We're going to throw bureaucracy into it now. Now you got to go to a prescription. You got to go to a fucking pharmacy. So what did they change? Right now, our country's in the worst fucking pill epidemic it's ever fucking been.
Yeah.
They'll give you a pill for anything in this country right now. Anything in this country. What was the difference? What was the fucking difference?
Get it from a dealer or a
So
doctor.
everything just went from, what was the fucking
nothing.
difference? You have to look at things that way sometimes. I know I'm crazy, Felicia. You think I'm fucking nuts.
No,
but
I don't think you're
I was
nuts at
thinking
all.
about that the other day, how they just took something off the streets. So right now, I can't go to Felicia's on a Wednesday night with my wife and play cards no more till 6 in the morning. But what did they do? We got casinos in fucking 90 of the fucking, we got casinos in 48 of the 52 fucking states.
Yeah, the casino thing's kind of crazy.
Okay, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Every town you go to now that you
Seattle
haven't
has
been
them all
to
over.
since you haven't started doing comedy with your kids, they're like, after, what do you guys do now? We go to a casino. Casino?
Yeah.
What the fuck is this? Every city you go to is an hour away from a fucking casino now. But I know 20 years ago.
They got slots in Maryland.
I'd be at fucking
Yeah.
Felicia's and she'd go, hey, if you want to go play cards around the corner, my boyfriend has a card game. You go
Yeah.
with 30 people.
Now you
fucking
go to
drinking,
Commerce or Hustler.
A TV and shit. People playing cards. Nobody would fuck with you. You know, if you stayed there for 3 days, that's how it was. People left and people came back. It was a fucking card game. The house made fucking $1,500. So right now, I go, Felicia, I know you're unemployed. I'll take the back fucking house. I'll give you $1,500 every fucking Wednesday. That's $6,000 a month. That's $6,000 a month for doing nothing. Coming back here with your one titty out and shaking it. $6,000. We play cards. People did that. What did they do? They took away. They made gambling charges now a felony and 4-year mandatory.
So they can open up
prison.
the casinos
But they
everywhere.
opened up fucking casinos. So what did they do in a way? I see this because I'm an
organized
old
it.
fucking man. But what am I going to do? Complain? Who am I going to complain to? It's become corporate. It used to be one security guy. Now we got 35. And it comes out of your plane ticket. It comes out of your plane ticket.
Yeah.
Look at
Yeah,
your
that's the
fucking plane
thing,
ticket.
yeah.
Look
Because
at the
they have to
breakdown
pay a lot
of
of
your
that
plane
money,
ticket.
right?
Yeah.
Look at your plane ticket. Look at your plane
I don't even
ticket.
mind. I don't even mind a guy just wanting to grab money and just say like, oh, we need to use our thing. But it's like, why he's slowing all of us down to do it? Just rob the government. Don't fuck us over too. Just rob the government. Just rob a casino. That's cool. But don't put everybody else out. Just get your cash.
You know, Felicia and I flew out of Southwest
Yeah.
about 3 months ago, and I noticed this, and I always feel bad about this stupidity and stuff. And Felicia chose to get on the fucking line,
Oh, he got so mad.
and I went through the priority and got the fuck out of it. And with the
When
priority,
you travel with Joey, you have to be on your toes. There's no
Yeah.
fucking around.
there's no reason to talk because if I talk to you, then you slow me the fuck down. The security people see that. Well,
the fuck you have to
communicate.
Joey walks really fast, and then he's like, "Rah, rah, rah, rah," and you're like, "What?" And
What are we doing? What's happening? What's happening?
You don't know what's going on.
Just-
what did you tell me to do? And
Get
then
over here. It's like,
you
oh,
run
there's
away,
an old
and
lady
then
in front
I'm
of me. I
like,
don't want to shove her.
Fuck
Oh, he's
it.
gone.
Fuck the old lady. Come on.
I know. It's like it's complete confusion.
Yeah, he comes out of nowhere too. You're just talking normally. He's like, okay, everything. And all of a sudden he's like, all right, we got to go right now. You're like, wait. Oh, what? What's happening?
That's so true.
Give me some warning.
You know, guys, timing is everything. timing, they don't say with comedy, timing is fucking
You
everything.
sit where he wants to sit.
Timing goes, yeah,
Stand where he wants to
What do you sit in the
stand.
middle of the bus when you can sit in the back?
what the fuck?
I don't know. I don't know. You mook. Why am I a mook? I just thought we would go get a muffin from Starbucks. That's what make me a mook.
Thank you for saying that, Ari.
Oh, I used to have a lot of fun
And
with
it's
her.
that little bit of tone, like you're the biggest ass.
Yeah, sometimes it's stuff he's done before. I'm like, what do you mean you've gotten this before? I'm like, oh, it's on a Wednesday, not Thursday. Like, what? I don't know these rules. That's why you're stuck in the line when I'm over here eating an apple. Yeah, you feel really bad about it. You're like, oh, what did I do?
I get so fucking out. I'm like, come on, let's get the fuck out of here.
The same way, like with dates too. With dates, like, are we gonna go to the thing? January 17th. What? So on January 17th, what? I'll fucking email you later. No, you won't. You won't email me later. You fucking won't. Get it together, dog. Well, stop fucking mumbling. Tell me.
Sometimes I know he's gonna react weird too, and I just say it anyway. I don't care. We'll say so. I say something like I'm staying an extra day to have lunch with my aunt or something. And he's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" I'm like, "I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming." But I'm not even. Oh, I know what it was. I got a bike in Washington D.C.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was. And he's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Here we go. I'm on a bike riding back to the hotel." Like, are you out of your mind? What the fuck is wrong with you? You're 53 years old. That's how you're handling yourself. Like it's a war. No, shut up.
I know. Thank you, Ari, for saying that.
Good for my
I talked to
knee.
Eddie Bravo today
What'd you say to him?
because Eddie Bravo had the same problem you and I had. The meniscus. But he keeps fucking it up. And I know how that motherfucker works. It was the same thing that happened to me. You know how you keep doing it
Oh yeah.
and doing it. You put ice on it. You take Advils.
Making it
and
worse.
You keep, and then I won't do nothing for 3 days. Then you do it and it gets worse. And now you're really hurt. And now it takes a month to go to the doctor to get your appointment.
Yeah.
And then it takes another 2 weeks to get x-rays because they got to approve it. And then you got to do the fucking ultrasound when they don't find the x-ray.
Yeah.
So the whole time you got to, after even you go to the doctor, it's still like a 3-4 week window unless you stay on it. You got to call the insurance and go, hey dog, my knee's on fire. I can't step on the brake. I'm going to hit fucking children at a crosswalk. Then you got to fucking get on your insurance sometimes. So the other day he called me. He's like, Joey, I'm fucking done, And today somebody was saying that he couldn't teach. His knee got so bad.
Oh really?
So I called him. I go, how's your knee? And he goes, I can't do it for another month. I go, Eddie, it's nothing. If you're scared, trust me, I was fucking scared. He goes, no, I got these seminars. He's got these seminars he can't cancel. And I go, you know what, dog? I'd rather cancel them and get it over with. But I go, you know what? Fuck it. I go, just do the whole month of November and then take December off.
Yeah.
There's nobody here in December. It's dead.
Yeah. They told me I couldn't fly for 10 days. I was like, oh, well in that case, yeah, I can't do that day. I was gonna fly 3 days later. I had to
You had something wrong with your knee too?
Yeah, I had to have
He did both of them.
knees. Yeah, both
And
knees.
you know
You
what? I'm
did
going to have
what?
to do my right one.
I did my left like 2008, my right in 2012.
What was wrong with your knees?
Meniscus tear.
From what?
The tires break after a while. You gotta replace them. Not from anything.
It's amazing how you tear them and you don't know.
Yeah.
You can get around still. But the worst was whenever I got into a car, if my knees were bent and there was pressure on them, it would buckle. So if I had to get into a car, like on the side, have to sort of lean down. It would just go out, or getting out of a car would go. I had to open the door, then put my back towards the inside of the door, then just let myself fall into the seat, and then lift my legs up and pull them around.
So what happens? Do they do it with small cameras?
Arthroscopic surgery.
Yeah.
Right there, 3 holes. 1, 2, 3.
Arthroscope. They go in there with the
They
camera.
go here, they go in with a camera.
And it
One's
kills.
garbage, right?
It kills. Even if they didn't do anything, even if they just wanted to look around, it's gonna kill for like a full week. It's gonna be so
really?
painful.
Yours is really bad. Mine wasn't that bad.
Mine was bad.
I thought it was going to be worse.
No, you know what though? No, that's not true. Because I was up. I did a spot
Yeah,
the
I
next
was up.
night.
went to the Y the next day or 2 days later.
Yeah.
I rode the bike for 5 minutes.
I was
then
off
I
the
went for
crutches in
10
like 4
minutes.
days.
Then I went for like 15 minutes, but I
Yeah.
worked it. Then I fucked it up in Miami, lifting weights, thinking I was Tarzan Jr.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I did in Vegas once, the first one. I just said, let me do some kettlebells. And I was like, I felt a tweak, and I was like, what am I doing? That's what got me into trouble. I saw Rashad Evans after I got my knee surgery. I had my leg up. I felt like a winner because I had knee surgery. It's the only time. He came out of the main room of the store. And I saw him. He came over and said hi. He was real nice. I said, what happened? I was like, because I had my tap-out pants on, just because it had the most room for all the bandages. I was like, dog, meniscus. You know how it is.
It fucking hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts when you hurt it. I had my ice on it the whole month of December, and then I had pushed the surgery back for 3 weeks. But once I got it, it was fucking nothing. It really wasn't.
It's pretty quickly like you're back.
They put you under though, right?
Yeah,
oh yeah.
I didn't faint.
Yeah.
At all. I fainted a couple months ago. I fainted, but when they gave me a needle in the ass, it was traumatizing. Yeah, that was the worst it got. But I knew I had to pay. Every time. The other day I cut my finger. Fucking Sunday morning. We got to meet downstairs at 6:30. We got to leave. Flight's at 9. We got to bring back the fucking rental car. I go, you know what? I ain't going to have time for breakfast. I'll get a bagel downstairs. And I'll get
slice.
An orange Gina. I open up the fucking thing, but it was like one of those fancy hotels.
Yeah.
I opened up the refrigerator this way. I had a cabinet and then the refrigerator inside. But this was by the hook. So when I pulled out, I took a piece of my finger off, dog. I had to sit back and please don't faint. Not now.
Oh, wow.
Not now.
Wow.
Not
we gotta go. Yeah.
I gotta go. You can't do this to me now. And I got fucking through it. I did my little breathings.
I almost did it when I got my bandages off. Seeing the blood.
Yeah, you do.
When you got your what off?
My bandages off.
Oh, really?
No, I was good. See, all this shit. But I kept saying, you know what? I got away with it, but I know I got to pay for it. I'm one of those guys. I got away with not fainting, but I'm going to pay for it somewhere. There's something weird's going to happen, because that's how it usually happens. Something fucking stupid. I didn't faint for 6 times, and then I went to the dentist and I tasted the blood. They had to get the oxygen tanks out.
Really?
I'm one of those fucking momos. So
I
went for a bunch of blood tests, intravenous during the surgery.
Yeah.
I went for a blood test, 2 blood tests in 2 days, when they thought that I had a blood clot after the knee surgery.
Yeah.
So I did well. The one that I did the surgery, I did the blood test at 9, stoned to the gills. Stoned to the gills. And that's when I get fucked up. Yeah. Once I think about it, I feel the needle going in or something.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's when I fucking pass out. But I went to get a simple fucking penicillin shot in my ass. Didn't even feel it, guys. Just the thought of her giving me a shot in the ass.
That was enough.
I had to take my shirt off. My titties was
you got all sweaty?
Oh, pale.
Was that the day you came over here and little Esther was here?
I'm not sure. I was really embarrassed.
It's embarrassing.
I couldn't go to the doctor.
I asked my nurse doctor, the lady I was like, oh, it must be because I didn't have anything to eat today. And she was like, yeah, that must be what it is. Or suddenly when I opened up your bandages, you didn't have anything to eat. Sure.
No, I go out. And I just did 2 more 2 weeks ago.
2 more what?
2 more blood tests.
Oh, really?
Like a soldier. I went to the one place, and they're Filipinos. They don't fuck around. I told them at the door, I said, listen, I'm just telling you, ladies, I might go down. They said, no problem, let's go. They took me into a room. They put an ice pack behind my neck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's nice.
One on my fucking forehead.
That's nice.
The lady held it there like,
wow.
You're not going to pass out. I put my iPod on, Santana, Oye Como Va. I looked the other way. I felt the needle going a little bit. I heard the pump, because now they got like a bass drum.
To suck it out of there?
Did you see that one? Did you see that one, Felicia Michael? They got the little bass drum there. And that's all you hear. You just hear the pump.
Yeah.
It just
whenever I got the STD test, they put the thing in, they put the needles in, and then they put like a it looks like a seltzer spray thing, canister. But then that fills up with blood, and they take that one off, they put another one on. They take that one off, they put another one on. And then they get 3 vials worth.
Yeah, that's how they do it. With those little
it just keeps going. I'm like, how much blood is going to pour out right now?
Well, I hate when you get your blood pressure taken and they make that thing really
tight
on your arm. That I have almost anxiety when that happens.
Really?
I don't like.
I don't like that either.
Yeah, that freaks me out.
They got to do it 2 or 3 times to me.
Oh, really?
My doctor finally figured it out. I've gone to doctor's appointments where they're like, "Can we talk to you for a second? We can't let you go till this drops." And if it's a foreign place, like one that I don't go to a lot, I'll be there for a while. But Dr. Waxler, I'll walk in there some mornings without smoking weed, sleeping 8 hours, eating cereal for breakfast, just driving on the 101. I'll get a thought about Cuba or my ex-wife or something. By the time I get to the doctor's office,
your anxiety's up?
I'm 180 or 150, shit like that. That's a walking zombie type shit.
Oh, wow.
And that's the girl does it. The cute Mexican girl does it.
Where?
And then she
Bob
leaves.
Hope? No, you don't go to Bob
Bob
Hope.
Hope. Yeah, absolutely. She leaves, and by the time he comes in, he's like, I can see the blood pressure's high again. And then he'll do something on the computer, and then he'll talk to me, and then he'll go, all right, let's
And then
check
it goes down. And, wow.
Goes right down.
Wow.
And then they call it white coat fever. They have a name for it.
Yeah, well, you can't get an accurate
They
test
have
because you're in a weird
clinical name for it,
situation.
Yeah. And then they even put the one on my belt where I brought it home and I fucked it up.
Oh,
What-
really?
Just
Did you
listen,
roll
man, I'm
over?
one of those guys that once I have a knowing that you're watching me, my shit's gonna go up anyway. Like I just knowing that it was on my belt.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't take a shower for a day. Right there, me not taking a shower, I'm gonna be fucking angry.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, because it's got batteries. I was losing it. You can only wash the side where you have no fucking computer on you. Come on. I can't do it. I gotta take showers, dog. That raises my blood pressure right there. You gotta wash that ass.
You gotta wash that. No, I love it. 3 days you couldn't wash after the surgery.
You didn't take a shower for 3 days.
But I do that all the time.
Oh,
You'll
Jesus.
see me all the time with the same shirt on from yesterday and the day before.
But no, listen. Sometimes you can put your same clothes on every day.
No, I sleep in it. I
But you
keep it
gotta
on.
wash your nuts and your asshole. You know what I'm saying? You don't do it on your armpits. Nothing.
No, sometimes.
You put deodorant over the old funk and just ride
Put
it.
the old deodorant over it, yeah.
Oh, this guy's a filthy
My
fuck.
balls still smell fresh.
No, they don't.
I'm not a sweater.
No, that don't mean nothing. They
After a
stick
few
to the
days, it
leg.
smells really bad. When I can smell myself when you're sitting down, you ever get that? And you're like, oh. You gotta sit for like 5 minutes, let it really seep up.
And it's weird because you have two different types. There's like three or four different types of ball sweat
It smells, yeah.
and smells. I caught one the other day in the daytime because usually you have the YMCA
It
one.
sucks through your jeans.
You have the YMCA one, right?
Yeah.
And then you have the one that's like it's like
All
what-
day.
What you put on a pan to get it greasy. It feels like that, like olive oil.
Yeah. Pam? You Pam, like
It
spray
has that
Pam?
olive oil wang to it, Felicia. It's terrible.
yeah.
And it develops on the sides. You could scoop it up and you're like, wow, this is real.
You get, yeah, it turns, it's like, you can like,
Right, but then what's fucked up is when you have gym sweat over that. And then it's like a fucking, like a road that had an oil spill.
Right.
You don't know what you're hitting. Like your finger moves slow. Like, It's disgusting.
I'm
Ball
sure
sweat
it
and
is.
all that
I'm
shit.
Sure it
oh
is.
yeah.
Is this,
Oh yeah,
you
it's
ever get
real
a bad dose
loose.
of ball sweat in your nose, Felicia?
And the problem is
I
when you
try
mix it
not
with
to.
the,
When was the last
oh yeah, do you ever,
When was the
yeah.
last time you got a bad dose of nut wang?
No. Let me think about that. It's been a while.
Do you, when that happens, do you man up and just go, just like, all right, we're here, we're gonna keep doing this, or
Oh,
do you
to,
just kind of call it a night?
Well, you know.
Just fuck.
It depends at what point you're at. Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
if
right
you're-
when you go down there, you're just like, whoa.
Yeah.
If the first time you get some
If
nut
it's,
wang.
you know what?
First
that
time you're
very
going through it.
rarely happens because most guys are pretty conscientious.
Yeah, but what happens in New York when you're walking around all day in the fucking subways and it's summertime, and then you gotta walk up 5 flights to your room, to your apartment? You both must, your pussy and your dick must both stink. How do people fuck in New York? Seems disgusting.
I used
We go from air conditioned car here to air conditioned apartment. There's no more than 1 flight of stairs, or
It can
we're
get
fucking
pretty
getting an
funky.
elevator.
It can
Dog, I
pretty
get it
funky.
out of
Ew.
him. I get it out of
Yeah.
him. I get it out of him. I get it out. In my day, I always got it out of the chick.
What do you mean you got it out of them?
You try to maneuver. Like, so what's the story? Did you go home yet?
Oh, you get it out of them.
After work? Like, did you go home yet? Shit. No, I didn't. Fuck it. That ass is, it's on fire.
Funky.
The pussy might be good, but she took a shit at lunchtime. It's gonna get,
Oh my
Oh, yeah.
you're gonna get the ass wang mixed in there. You don't want
Oh,
that.
my
You don't need that
God.
when you've been drinking. and
If
shit
my
like
if my
that.
ass gets sweaty, then
I know. I can calculate. I can
Oh my God.
If you left the house at 7 in the morning and I pick you up at 6 and you didn't wash that ass or that pussy,
Yeah.
you took a shit at some point in the day. And while you
I don't want
sat
to smell
there,
it. We'll do a doggy style. I'm gonna smell it.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
gonna
gonna
smell
smell
it.
it.
You just get a little bit.
You're
like,
gonna
yeah,
smell
you can
it.
deal with
And
it.
if you're a soldier,
Do you
You can
stop?
you
Do
know
you
you
sit?
can deal
no,
with
you
it.
deal with it. You're a soldier. You're trained.
You don't even
assassin.
stop doggy style.
It's
You don't
not-
even go to
but it's not going
missionary.
to be the same because you want to just dive right there and eat
yeah.
ass and pussy combination.
Yeah,
but now
that's
you're
not gonna happen anymore.
self-conscious. You're going to think you get fucking asshole juice.
I'll push him down from doggy style to straight in your
Asshole
stomach.
juice.
Asshole juice all over you.
Is that what you do? You push them down?
So that when they're straight on their stomach, so
Put
then
an elbow in their back to get
yeah,
them down?
and that way my head can be closer to their head instead of right over their asshole.
I've never
Asshole
gotten a bad
juice.
dose
Yeah,
of-
and you get on your
Yeah.
stomach. That's the
Yeah.
problem, though. You get on your stomach. Now your stomach smells like shit.
Yeah, yeah, it's fucking.
Because it
Better
comes
than
off
the
a little
tip of
bit.
your nose.
You gotta wipe it off afterwards.
A chick with
Yeah, it is
boots.
better than chicken.
A chick with boots always scares me sometimes.
Really?
Chick with boots?
Yeah, like tall boots. That's always fucking gross me out.
Really?
Yeah, that's all.
Why?
Because she had those boots on all
Oh,
day.
yeah, no
Her foot
breathability.
must be kicking and shit. That's leather.
Oh, really?
I always
Tight
trip
jeans,
on that.
that's a
Police.
problem.
I'm horrible.
Really?
I gotta go to
Do
the
you think
bathroom.
that when you see a girl in tight jeans, like, ugh?
No, but it ends up becoming a problem.
Yeah, really? Like,
No,
what
I don't
kind of-
think it's gonna be sweaty, but it is sometimes.
I don't mind pussy with some wang. It's got to
Some
have a
patois.
little wang to it. I don't want like it smells.
Oh,
like
I like it
powder. I had
clear.
that one time.
No
powder.
smell.
You gotta have something because then you start searching for it. You start moving shit down there.
Ari, do you have a particular incident that ever happened to you where you were like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Did you ever get stinky pussy?
Sticky ass I've gotten. It just
you
bothers
get
me after a while.
stinky ass.
Sticky pushy sometimes. Yeah, I had an ex that had it all the time, but man, I just put up with it. But it was like
Stinky pussy or stinky ass?
stinky pussy.
Oh, really?
But it's
So
like
you
when this
kept-
doesn't smell, not when it smells like pussy, but when it smells like bad, like yeast infection. I'll just keep going though.
Oh, no.
I'll keep going. I remember that. I had a girl, yeah, who was like that for like almost always.
Oh, really?
I'll still do it, it's just not as fun. But I'll still do it. And then afterwards, your dick smells so bad.
Oh, I feel like
That's when I gotta scrub it. Usually I'll let it go, but I gotta get in there and wash it off after that. It just stinks, and it's mixed with a little bit of. You get to spit in your hand and rub it all over your dick first. You get that smell in there too. Oh, I feel bad for them later. I'm like, what happens if we start fooling around in the middle of the night? I stink because I stink like your pussy, and your pussy stinks.
Wow. Did you ever say that to her?
No, of course not.
Do you know that Gamefly.com offers over 8,000 video games? What they do is they send you the disc in the mail, you send it back when you're done playing. This way you don't clog up all the landfills. There's no late fees, no hassles with access to all new releases. It'll work on your PlayStation, your Nintendo, Wii, your Xbox, and now even your PC. And for our listeners, you can get a free 15-day 2-disc trial. That's a $22.95 value. What you do is you go to our website podcast page, which is www.beautyandthebeast.com, and you click on the Gamefly banner.
Ari Shaffir and myself are going to be doing the House of Blues.
House of Blues in
Thursday,
Chicago.
November 8th. Here's the story. There's maybe 60, 65 tickets available. We're 20 days away if you're lucky. 10 and 8, that's 18.
Something
We're
like
maybe
that.
fucking something like that, 16 days. This is going to sell out. Don't come crying to me later on that you didn't get tickets, why we didn't add an extra show. We can't add an extra
One
show.
show.
It's the fucking House of Blues. So get your shit together. Go to the website and
Have
order
seats for
now
everybody.
Live Nation. And get
Well, I
seats
gotta
for
get on
everybody.
those posters and make those posters.
You don't need to make no posters. Just sell the fucking
Joey's like
let's
that,
sell
right?
The fucking tickets, all right?
Yeah.
You're gonna make posters.
I'm like, I'm going to make a website. You don't need to make no website.
It's
It's gonna be a great poster. I gotta get them printed up. We're gonna have 50
gonna
of
be
them.
fucking Picasso and shit.
Only sold, not available online. Only there.
So only
Okay,
there. We're gonna
wow.
have the posters there.
That would be such a great show to see you
yeah,
too.
we're gonna have a good
Yeah.
time. This is a cute place. I saw it a couple of weeks ago. It's very sharp. We're gonna have a good time. We got some good food.
Everybody's
around there.
bringing Weaver. Everybody.
Reefer.
Giant smoke party
Listen,
afterwards.
I heard that some guys from down south Chicago bringing a chick to kill on stage. The whole fucking thing is that type of party.
We're gonna fucking check with that swordfish.
Duncan was just there, and he said they were crazy.
Oh, really?
Duncan said the owner is Zane. He said to him, "There must be a full moon out there. There's a lot of crazy people out there."
Nope.
And he goes, "They were mixed with a bunch of white hairs." Duncan said it was hysterical to see that
The whites
squad
didn't know.
people with a couple
Oh,
blue hairs.
really?
He said it was just hilarious. Tourists, because that's who goes to Zany's downtown.
Right.
Is tourists.
Uh-huh.
And he
They don't know
goes,
what
here's
they're getting.
all these fucking hippies with books and devil fucking tattoos. The owner, the manager, Carlos, he said he had this poor guy sweating. Just the second night, he finally understood what he said. He goes, there's just too many crazy people here. This is
They don't know what it's like.
Yeah.
They don't know what it's like.
Wow.
They really don't know.
Everybody,
In
people,
Chicago,
groups go and like before the shows and after the shows, they'd all break off. And they'll just hang out and do their own shit, do whatever drugs they didn't come down. They drink, they tip. Everyone
This
has a
is
good
crazy.
time. They
This
meet
is
each
No,
other.
I'm sure it's going to be a great
This'll be
time.
fucking
This will be one of the big shows.
Yeah.
I'm happy that we're doing this. Then I'm done. I gotta sit at home for 2 fucking months while my wife has the babies.
Oh yeah, we should do a whole weekend with you there.
Where, Chicago?
Yeah, it'd be fun. But one day it'll be great anyway.
Yeah, that's all you need. We're leaving at 6 in the morning.
Where are we gonna eat? You know, we're
I
gonna
already
eat.
got my upgrades.
Gonna make a
yet.
video about where to eat?
Did you get your upgrades yet?
Fuck no.
You get your upgrades. I don't want you sitting in the back like some dude from Expedia.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You told me what flights to take.
American Airlines,
Yeah,
6
American.
in the morning. We're all leaving together.
Okay.
No drama. You know what I'm saying? You
And
get
that's
upgrade.
all the information you're gonna get.
Where are we
all
gonna
you
eat?
need.
Where are we gonna eat? Where's the place to eat in Chicago?
Who knows? When we get there, we'll tackle that problem. We're gonna start looking
Why
around
do you even
the-
ask that?
through the encyclopedia. You
I'm
never
excited.
know.
When I go somewhere, Diaz, a food city, I get excited.
I'm gonna tell you how real
tells me where
I
to
am.
go.
I don't
Philadelphia.
know a lot of people know this. I think I told Felicia this.
What?
When I left New Jersey, I knew I was never coming back. I said, I'm never fucking coming back. I've had it. I got on a plane and I was headed to Colorado Springs. I was going to fly to Denver and catch a connecting flight that night to Colorado Springs. And on the plane, a guy talked me out of Colorado Springs.
On the
Thank
plane?
the
Talked
Lord.
me into moving to Boulder.
Yeah.
And my life was, I made my
Altered
decision
forever.
on that fucking plane.
Wow.
So me and you sit here like two mooks, like I did. And in
Planning.
those days, you had to get an encyclopedia
Yeah.
and look at Colorado Springs and read the population and the altitude. Put up with all that bullshit. So you want me to go home right now after we do this
You're right.
beautiful podcast, get online to see where to eat.
You're right.
But on the plane, we might meet a fan of yours.
So, oh,
That
here's
he
where you
owns
gotta
a
eat.
fucking steakhouse, and he'll go, come and eat a steak and a lobster tail. Like, so you following me?
Oh, yeah.
We live by the tail. We like the Grateful Dead. You're a Jew hippie. When are you gonna accept that? You're the next beatnik. Look at you. You got a fucking beard. You got glasses. You
Yeah.
got the long hair. You're like a revolutionary.
It
You're
is
like
kinda
Fidel
true. You
Castro
are very
meets a fucking
revolutionary
Hebrew.
looking.
The only people that ever offer me is people who own nightclubs.
That's it. So that's what you're about.
Yeah, steakhouses.
Yeah.
Where are they
nobody
coming
wants
through?
to- nobody
Drug
wants to hang with
dealers,
you
where
at
are
the
they coming
museum.
through?
You don't need drugs. We got steaks.
Movie theater owners. How about
We're
that?
going to the Midwest where when you get a 20-ounce steak,
Yeah.
it's better than Viagra. It's like a finger in the ass, a blowjob, and a blowtorch to your fucking right toe. You understand me? So don't worry about it. We're going to eat when we get there. If anybody knows what to eat in Chicago, email us at.
Beauty and the Beast podcast at gmail.com.
There you go. That's how we do it.
I
Duh.
can't believe I got it right.
There you go. See?
You were right on it, too. You
Oh,
pointed at you and you nailed it
She's
off.
a badass bitch.
Sounded like you pushed a
She
button.
don't even know her superpowers. I know her.
She went
better
to a
than she
trance.
knows fucking
You know what she
her.
was
You know
saying.
Beauty and the Beast podcast at gmail.com.
Thank you very much, Ari Shaffir, for
You're
coming
welcome.
on.
You're welcome. It's fun.
And you're going to Alaska this week.
I'm going to Alaska like the silly girl that I am. I'll be in some Air Force bases all around Fairbanks and Anchorage. You know, here's the thing. When I travel, I don't like to read up on it because I get too much anxiety. It's like when it happens, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah.
What? When does this come out?
Friday, hopefully.
I'll be in Portland.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to, where are you at in Portland?
Helium.
Helium bitches gonna sell
Yeah.
that
I
motherfucker
guess on
out.
Friday, Saturday.
There's a guy
Yeah.
waiting for him with a box of mushrooms that
And I got Manhattan after that.
He killed his mother, he killed a cow and put him on top of that with mushroom with cow shit. You understand me? And they're glowing under fucking thing. They've been under his mother for a year and a half. So bring me a fucking shroom. Send it back to
Okay,
me.
Shroom
Don't
Sunday.
bring nothing. Yeah.
I go straight from there to New York.
You know,
Bring
I've
it
never
with me.
done mushrooms.
What?
That's
Yeah.
what
Preposterous.
Yeah, I've never
Once
done
we get back,
mushrooms.
say
How
some
dare
shit,
you?
please.
Yeah.
Would you be open to it?
Oh,
I would
fuck
like
yeah.
to try it once, but it'd have to, you know.
Be with some beautiful people.
Yeah.
Lock your kids in the crate in the
Yeah.
garage.
We'll
Right.
send
Make sure they're safe.
Yeah.
We'll party here. We'll throw you in the pool. Heat the pool
Come
up.
camping with us next time we do it.
Okay.
Squeeze
Oh
your
yeah, this
titties.
backyard would be great.
Yeah,
This would be
okay.
great. No, you don't want too many people the first time.
Oh,
No.
really? How many
You,
people?
one of your boyfriends, and that's it. Maybe Wendy Brazil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
If you
If you want to do 3 or 4
wanna
people that you
strangle
really,
her,
really
yeah,
like,
no, no,
that'd be
Oh,
okay.
really?
No,
What
yeah,
happens? You just see everything glowy, right?
You start thinking about stuff different.
Thinking
and
about stuff.
Yeah.
And you don't know
You
what's gonna
laugh.
catch
You laugh.
Oh, really?
You might come in here and look at Mustang and just
Yeah.
think it's the coolest fucking thing. Even though you've looked at it 1,000
Stare at
times.
something
Yeah.
for 45
I'll
minutes.
come in here. Where you been, Felicia? Joey, close the door. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skis, Mustang.
Wow.
My friends did them in a casino in Vegas, Pete Carboni and Moses Robinson, and Pete said Moses was laughing at a video poker machine. They had wandered off. He came up to him, he was laughing at it, and he was, "What are you laughing at?" Because Pete didn't understand what's funny. And Moses goes, "Look," and Pete looks at the video poker machine for like 5 seconds, and then he just goes, "Oh yeah," and they both just started laughing.
Wow. Wow. All right, then.
Can I say this? This is what Justin tells me to say. If you go to my website, arithegreat.com, I'm giving you 4 free tracks off my album. On the right, there's a thing you can fill out, and I'll email you 4 free tracks.
Let me ask you something.
What?
Your album was number 1. It
was number 1.
They wanted now 4. Where were they 4 weeks ago?
If they're
Don't
too
give 'em
poor
dick.
to avoid it,
Don't
if they
give
don't
him
know
dick.
about it.
Where were you 4 weeks ago when he needed you and he was number 1? Now you want to give them 4 tracks for what? They already got the album. It was number 1. Where were you then?
Where were they then? That's right.
Where were they then?
Well, the whole album for sale.
No, the album is great. Go to Ari the Great. What's the name of the webpage?
AriTheGreat.com.
AriTheGreat.com and get your shit together. 4 free tracks right now.
There you go.
All right.
Awesome.
Thank you, Felicia.
Thank
Good
you,
luck
Joey.
in Alaska.
Felicia.
And me and Felicia will be at the Ontario Improv, November 2nd and 3rd. 4 shows, 7 and 9.
that'd be
Call
cool.
for tickets. 909. Go online and get the rest of the number in your own time. Right? Go fuck yourself. Joey D is here. I love you guys. Stay black. Thank you, Ari.
Bye.